regular runs, your intermediate runs, as I call them. And I said, well, my varsity guys are trying to hit about 6-minute pace for a 15:45 kid. That's 6 minute to 6:15 pace. And he said, if we did that in our state, and I'll tell you, he was from Arkansas. If we did that, the kids would burn out. And it's like, that's not what's burning out your kids. It's the high intensity workout that's burning out your kids. I know, because I used to burn out my kids doing that. So, this is what Arthur Lydiard said. Once again, I'm a Lydiardite. No one will burn out doing aerobic running. It is too much anaerobic running, which the American scholastic athletic system tends to put young athletes through, that burns them out. Okay. I'm living proof. When I did too much anaerobic training, my kids burned out. And cross country, back then, and I did this statistic, our average on the state meet, 5-man team time was 84:17 average. Last year, we ran on the state meet course, well, different state meet course, but our average is just under 78 minutes. From 84:17 to just under 78 minutes. Changing our philosophy from high intensity to build the aerobic engine. That's the secret. It's not difficult. I can explain that to you in 30 seconds. Okay? It's such a giant paradigm shift for what we've been taught in our coaching since the mid-'80s. But I look back at what my coaches were teaching me and how they had me train in the 70s. Lydiard effort. Okay? Build the aerobic engine. That's what we were doing. I look back and I think my senior year in high school, we did 400s twice the whole year. In track this year, we didn't do a quarter-mile workout once. We did a fun thing called a 2-man 2-mile relay, where you have guys, a 2-man relay team, and they alternate quarters, so they each get a mile of quarters. We do that once each season. You guys got to plan it early enough. And a mile of anaerobic is not enough volume to damage their mitochondria. Scott Christensen told me that. So, okay, I don't want to burn out my kids. That's why they go to college and they have success in college if they're in a program that doesn't ruin them the same way that we can ruin kids. How I used to ruin my guys. Okay, and that's why they become pro athletes too. Okay, so what's the secret magic workout? Intermediate runs, and I will add, and the long run. Our capillary runs, our long, which I call capillary runs, I'll explain that tomorrow. Our long runs are also, we want to get up to aerobic threshold pace. If we can get 100 miles a month at aerobic threshold, you're going to see a monster difference. Talking to Aaron Ballou, last year in the Heartland region, you had 5 teams on the flat fast course at